like to call this village board meeting of October 20th, 2016 to order. Would the clerk please take the roll?
President Jackson,
Here.
Trustee Schmidt,
Here.
Trustee Fonte Sullivan,
Excused.
Trustee Light,
Here.
Trustee Meritato,
Excused.
Trustee Pojek,
Here.
Trustee Schroeder.
Excused. Would you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Schmidt.
Thank you, Mayor. Grab your blankets and chairs and come out to the Sports Hub lawn tomorrow night for Scary Movie Night featuring Casper the Friendly Ghost. The film is free and open to the public, and snacks will be available for purchase. The movie will start at approximately 7:30 p.m. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060.
Just gets in his.
Please join us at our next Neighborhood Watch meeting scheduled for Wednesday, October 26th at 7:30 p.m. Our special guest speaker will be Debbie McKenzie from the Glendale Heights Center for Senior Citizens, who will be discussing important information about Medicare. Information will include the 4 parts of Medicare, the Prevention Services Program, and finding out if you could be eligible for any of the extra help programs. Neighborhood Watch meetings are held monthly on the last Wednesday of each month in the Glendale Heights Police Department's training room. For more information, please contact the Glendale Heights Police Department's non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Trustee Light.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The Sports Hub is the place to be Friday, October 28th, to have a spooktacular night. Kids ages 10 to 14 are invited to the Sports Hub from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the 3rd annual Halloween. Participants will dance to Halloween tunes, play ghoulish games, and win some prizes. If you're brave enough, take a stroll down the Hub's haunted hallway for a frightfully good time. The fee is $7 for residents and $12 for non-residents. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. The Village of Glendale Heights is getting in the Halloween spirit. Halloween is on Monday, October 31st, and we want to remind residents that trick-or-treating hours are from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Also, Halloween evening, we invite children 15 and under to come trick-or-treat at Safety Town for a fun, safe, family-friendly event. Safety Town Trick-or-Treat runs from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more information on Safety Town Halloween, please contact Tanya Macco at 630-909-5459. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Clerk Schmidt.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
The Marquardt School District 15 Student Service Society and the Glendale Heights Center for Senior Citizens present the Rake and Run service event. On Thursday, November 3rd, from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., students and staff from Marquardt District 15 will rake and bag the front yards of 30 seniors who live near Reskin, Hall, and Black Hawk schools. If you would like to be put on the list of homes for raking, please contact the Center for Senior Citizens at 630-260-6050. Names will be taken on a first-come, first-served basis. The next coffee with the mayor and village board is scheduled for Saturday, November 5th, from 10 a.m. until noon at the Center for Senior Citizens. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the mayor or village board, please call the mayor's office anytime at 630-909-5303. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. Trustee Pojek.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Here on the Glendale Heights Police Department, Glenside Fire Protection District, and the Bloomingdale Fire Protection District on Saturday, November 5th at noon, as they compete in the 4th annual Bravest versus Finest charity basketball game. The charity basketball game will be held at the Sports Hub. Tickets are $5 and are available at the Glendale Heights Police Department and the Glenside Fire Protection District. Kids 10 years old and under are free. Raffle tickets are $1 each, or 6 for $5 and 30 for $20. Proceeds will benefit several worthwhile charities. If you have any questions, please contact the Glendale Heights Police Department's non-emergency number at 630-260-6070. Enable to efficient and effective street sweeping schedule, parking on streets is prohibited during the months of October and November between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on one specific day. Color-coded no parking signs have been posted in 4 different zones throughout the village. Parking is prohibited on Monday for the red zone, Tuesday for the blue zone, Wednesday for the green zone, and Friday for the brown zone. To find out your zone, please visit the village website. For any questions on the street sweeping program, please contact Public Works at 630-260-6040. Thank you.
Thank you, Chester. We have 3 proclamations in front of us tonight. The first one is a proclamation to proclaim October 24th, 2016 as GFWC Illinois Junior Day, and October 23rd to the 29th, 2016 as GFWC Advocates for Children Week. The next proclamation is to proclaim October 31st, 2016 as Halloween Trick or Treat in the Village of Glendale Heights. And the last proclamation is a proclamation to proclaim October 30th, 2016 as Diwali 2016. So if there are no objections, I will sign these proclamations.
Go for it.
Okay. Next, I'd like Chief Flint to go to the podium.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
So tonight we're here to recognize 2 citizens and 3 officers, all who had a hand in saving the life of James Christados. James, however, was released from the hospital several weeks ago, but had a pacemaker put in and is back in the hospital for that. But he's perfectly okay. So all's well. But he's not here tonight. So unfortunately that happens. Also, one of the civilians, Amanda Lukowitz, who was just about ready to have her child when she witnessed this event, had her child and is home with her tonight and can't be here as well. But we do have our officers here. If I could have, and John Yunker, who's also one of the witnesses who stopped to assist in saving Mr. Christados. So if I have Mr. Yunker and Sergeant Rhonda Kirstein, Officer Mark Guerrero, and Officer Mike Wojcik, come up here, please. So, if I could have Brenda Christados. Ms. Christados, on behalf of your husband. It's okay. Right? So I'm going to summarize what took place on September 10th, 2016 at about 10:45 in the morning. We were called there by Amanda Lukowitz, who witnessed Mr. Christados' vehicle drive off the roadway near Army Trail Road and George Bell. Upon our arrival, Sergeant Kirstein, Officer Wojcik, and Officer Guerrero. Mr. Yunker was there trying to break the window. You can see that Mr. Costados was turning blue, was gasping for air, couldn't breathe. We were able to break the window. Sergeant Kirstein was able to remove all the glass from the window. Officers Wojcik and Guerrero were able to remove Mr. Costados from the vehicle. They started CPR on him. Officer Guerrero did. Officer Wojcik went and got his AED. While in the process of doing CPR and applying the AED, Bloomingdale Fire Department paramedics showed up and took over life-saving measures. But this is one of those opportunities that doesn't come along often for officers, and one that we train for a lot and prepare for a lot with our first aid and rescue skills. And their efforts of everybody involved did a great deal to save the life of Mr. Costados. So they need to be recognized for their life-saving efforts, and we're happy to have Mr. Costados here on behalf of Mr. Costados. So we're glad he's doing okay. Right? Thank you. It's all. You're right. So. For John Yunker, your observation, action, and rendering aid to expedite life-saving care to James Costados on September 10th, 2016. Your dedication to the preservation of life is to be commended. We have a life-saving plaque for Sergeant Kirstein, Officer Wojcik, and Officer Guerrero. Formalized plaque, life-saving award presented to Sergeant Rhonda Kirstein. By and through your actions, dedication to duty, took substantial steps which led to the preservation of life. We don't normally allow a lot of ribbons to be worn on our uniforms. Life-saving is one of those ribbons. If you see some of our officers walking around, they have several life-saving ribbons on their uniforms. So, Rhonda? Welcome. Officer Mark Guerrero? Life-saving award presented to Officer Mark Guerrero. By and through your action, dedication, duty, took substantial steps which led to the preservation of life. Officer Mike Wojcik. Life-saving award presented to Officer Michael Wojcik. By and through your actions and the dedication to duty, took substantial steps which led to the preservation of life. And we do have a citizen award for Amanda, which we will hand deliver to her residence tomorrow, hopefully, if she's around. So we'll make sure she gets that. But again, this is something that's very special for us. I'm glad your husband's doing well. I don't blame him. If there's anything we can continue to do to help you, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. And well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I'm glad he's doing well. These are the ones you need to thank, though, right? Good.
She's actually friends with Amanda on Facebook now.
Okay.
Amanda's the one who realized that something was going on and was kind enough to see him slumped over in the car and pull in front of him and stop. And he became unconscious while they were waiting. And John came over from LA Fitness when he saw Amanda out there. And so luckily we got there in time, and he did get shocked a couple times with the AED there on scene. And they put a defibrillator in. Brenda was saying last night it actually activated when they were at home, and he didn't even realize it, and it's recorded with the doctor. And so this morning they said, get to the emergency room, your defibrillator went off last night, and it was the first time. So she sorry. So she was kind enough to come here and represent him, and he wanted to be here as well. He says he's feeling great, but they want to keep him there and figure out why this is happening because they're not really sure yet. So we're just glad we were at the right place at the right time and able to get to him in time. So.
Well, thank you. All right, great work, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're very proud of all of you. Oh. We now go to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item, please step forward. Being none, you have the consent agenda before you. What is your pleasure? Trustee Light.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Roll call vote.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
You got a call on me.
President Jackson?
Yes. The consent agenda is approved. There is no old business. New business number 1 is an ordinance amending the personnel policy manual of the Village of Glendale Heights regarding years of service, and this is first reading. Number 2 is an ordinance to amend Chapter 3 entitled Liquor Control of Title 4 entitled Business and License Regulations of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. It's a classification of licenses, and this is first reading. An ordinance to amend Chapter 3 entitled Liquor Control of Title 4 Business and License Regulations of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, and this regard is in regards to license fees, and this is first reading. Number 4 is an ordinance to amend Chapter 3 entitled Liquor Code of the Title 4 entitled Business and License Regulations of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. It has to do with number of licenses, and this is first reading. Number 5, an ordinance to amend Chapter 3 entitled Liquor Control of Title 4 entitled Business and License Regulations of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, and this is regarding days and hours of sales, and this is first reading. That ends new business. We return to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item, please step forward. And I want to extend that if anybody in the public wants to address this board about any issue, regardless of it, if it is on the agenda or not, please take this time to do so because there is no committee of the whole meeting tonight. Being none, a motion to adjourn would be Trustee Schmidt.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you. And good luck, Cubs.